Contra. Everybody loves Contra. Rather, everyone loved the NES version of Contra, the most popular and most widely appreciated version. That being the late 80s though, there was by definition a huge gulf between it and the arcade experience. By necessity, the home consoles received a break, an easier course through what was one of the most vicious games of the time. And even then, the level of difficulty was such that every kid from Saitama to Smethport knew how to circumvent this. Up, up, down, down, nah. But such a thing didn't exist in the arcades. You just had misery, destruction, and maybe some Laffy Taffy you got from the counter after some idiot left their tickets in the skee-ball machine. Now we don't even have that with this XBLA remake of Super Contra, the 1988 successor to the alien-slaughtering, childhood-destroying nightmare. And it hates you, as all good arcade games should. As was the case before, two grizzled combatants with unlimited ammunition and a mean streak a mile wide take to the ground to thwart an alien invasion, using whatever guns just happen to fall from the sky courtesy of inexplicable flying weapons pods. The primary innovation over the previous version, though, is right here: sloped terrain. That's pretty much it. Oh, there are also overhead view free roaming segments, mixing up the gameplay a little bit, but it's still the same basic concept: shoot anything and everything that moves. Unfortunately, that's where the game gets a bit dicey. You see, despite being a well-trained grizzled combatant, you move about as fast as an anemic snail carrying 10,000 rounds of ammunition. And your standard firearm, to which you're reduced every time you lose a life, fires rounds that seem to max out at about 5 miles per hour. Compared to its predecessor, power-ups are much fewer and further between. And then that lasts until you get hit by anything, which, given the swarms of hostiles constantly rushing the field from every angle, might be as many as 12 seconds. I used to be good at this, honest. Unfortunately, when Digital Eclipse remade this game for XBLA, their idea of graphical enhancement seemed to be keep everything looking pretty much the same, but add huge explosions and blurring effects. Which is great when you annihilate a huge helicopter, only to have foes rush through the wreckage and huge explosions and blur effects to mangle you. The screen, being an interpretation of the arcade version, features a vertically oriented playfield, again jarring to the home console player, flanked by woefully blurry pictures of our heroes. While it brings the game to a new audience who might be able to take it for what it is, and don't get me wrong, the classic arcade mode looks fantastic if you feel like being a purist, those of us who grew up playing the home versions probably haven't hit this particular gap between the arcade original and Super C quite this hard. Oh, and the code is a lie.